Okay, so for my 12-week mesocycle, I started off with 3 weeks of muscle endurance done as a circuit with lower volume and more rest built in. And they do that for 3 days. And then there's a skill acquisition phase that also goes in along with balance on the third day of the workout. And I'm doing the muscle endurance because most of the athletes, if not all of the athletes I have little to no training in the weight room. So this way we can use simpler exercises to teach good technique with, to get them familiar in the weight room, and also build up some of that those adaptations to the resistance training, and building in the skill acquisition, because towards the end of the 12-week cycle, we'd like to put in some power exercises, but we want to give them an opportunity to learn this with no weight so they can develop that high quality um, form and technique. And then the balance exercises are designed to help prevent the common ankle and knee injuries or lower leg injuries or lower body injuries that you see in women's lacrosse. In weeks 4 and 5, I transition into a basic strength set, because most of the athletes I'm going to be coaching this year and in the coming years are going to have little to no actual skill in regards to lacrosse, and I'll have to teach the skill during our training sessions, but they're going to be going up against teams in our conference who have athletes who are coming in who have a great bit of skill, based on the fact that a lot of their athletes will play club lacrosse. So I would like my offensive athletes to have some strength, because they're going to have contact made with them as they drive and as they transition the ball down the field. And I don't want their lack of skill plus lack of strength to be a reason why they would lose the ball. With the strength, I'm hoping that they'll be able to take some of that contact, and maybe even on the defensive side of the ball, absorb some of that contact and not be run over by these more skilled players, and make the more skilled players not use their physicality but use their skill to beat us. And then in weeks 6, I go into active recovery, but largely doing some more skill acquisition while at the same time doing some plyo work. Weeks 7, 8, and 9, we go back to muscle endurance like we started with. However, the volume is a little bit higher and the rest is a little bit lower to start, and continue with the skill acquisition. Then we get into weeks 10 and 11, and we get into those more power exercises that we've been training for, building that skill acquisition for during the first 9 weeks of this training cycle. And at the same time, building in some speed work, some agility work, and some abdominal work. And then in week 12, I move on to the active rest, as we're getting ready to start the season at the end of this week. And so again, focusing on the ab work, the balance work, and then still building in the circuit of the original muscle endurance, just so that it's there and they are getting some of those reps, but not making it at a high level volume, or not making it low rest either.